Alright, next item up here for review, kind of an unboxing review. I've had them out, but did put them back because I'm going to store them. Is wheel spacers. These are eBay wheel spacers. I don't really remember the exact buyer, seller that I got them from. Seller, rather. Um, just they're pretty common. I mean, basically the biggest thing for you to, because I mean there's just shit tons of choices really, and I believe they're all made by the same manufacturer because all the pictures show the exact same thing, the way it's laser etched and printed and all that kind of stuff. But basically, you go into eBay, and again, as I always do, I go over and I click USA only for item location because I am not trying to buy from China, which a lot of everything, as you know, is made in China. So what choice do we really have? But at the same time, I'm not going to save 20, 30 bucks or whatever to get it straight delivered from China because there's just no, well, first of all, it takes longer. And secondly, there's no guarantee that, like, when you get them, if something's wrong, if it gets lost, all that kind of shit, there's no guarantee that you can even contact anybody or, go back and say, hey, what the hell? Because with eBay, I will admit, as much as I hate that place sometimes because it's becoming nothing but a Chinese supplier, it's still pretty useful when you want to find like used stuff and whatnot. As far as like, because I'm big on automotive parts and that kind of stuff, and I'm cool with used stuff. It's really handy for that. I love it for junkyards and things like that for sure. But again, when it comes to new stuff, I mean, you won't find stuff like this where I live. Or I live in a rural area. They're gonna buy it from some cheap supplier, probably even straight from China, whoever it is, and then they're going to sell it to you at twice the cost that you can get it yourself. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. I know I talk like a hypocrite, but trust me, if there was a better way that was sustainable, meaning that it's going to be around a while, or there was a way I could make it happen, trust me, I'd be doing it. Because we need to get away from China. We need to get our manufacturing back. We need to get people some jobs, get them good at this shit again, and just start supporting ourselves. I'm not saying like we need to make sure that we take over everything, but we've got to be at least somewhat dependent should something go off or whatever. And not only that, but it keeps our skill force, our labor force here in the United States current. Because otherwise, as everybody with a smartphone becomes really stupid and dumb. They have no idea how the real world works, etc., etc., and they don't even care because they don't travel and just. But we're getting political now. But my point is, these are wheel spacers that I got off of eBay, and you're gonna find them all over the place. Okay. I bought a set of 4, even though I really just needed 2. The reason why I did that is because you can buy 2 for a lot less, and as far as like per piece. Also, I may need that for something else, but if I don't, I'm going to sell these 2 at the price that I'm seeing online, that they're selling 2 for, and I'll get my money back for those 2, plus I'll make a little bit. I'm not gonna be doing this forever, as in like I'm not gonna make a habit out of that, but I just said if I can make maybe those other ones work, great. If not, then guess what? I've got 2 extra. I'll put them out on eBay, and as you can see, it came in this box right here, and then each box is inside of that, and then they got these straps around them. So I haven't opened this one yet because I don't want to unseal that. I want everybody to know that those are, in fact, brand spanking new. So, let's open this box up so you see what you can get. And again, I'm trying to do this all with one hand. I did put it back away, like I said, because I did have them out to trial fit, but I wanted to store them away. So, basically what happens is pull this out. I'm going to set this down. A little black, isn't it? That's right. You're blacked out. Alright, now you're back. Alright. So, here you go. You basically got a piece of styrofoam that they stab these babies into. as you can see. Ta-da! There's the other one down there, and then here's the other one here. These are aluminum, I guess. I mean, I got a magnet right here. Here's my magnet. And it does not stick. It does stick to that, but it does not stick to this. But I got to tell you what, this is some heavy aluminum. Some pretty heavy aluminum. I mean, I was when I grabbed that box after UPS delivered and picked that up, I was impressed. I was like, wow, these things got some weight. Holy crap! So I don't know if that's just I have no idea if the Chinese are using like junk heavy aluminum or whatever. I have no idea how. I'm not going to be hammering on these. I'm not going to be testing them out just to see how good they are or not. I mean, again, they're all over the internet and people are using them. So, I mean, I would assume that they're okay. These are supposedly 10.9 grade 10.9 studs. So, better than grade 8, I guess. Again, the machine marks look great. The laser etching right here will tell you that these are, there's their part number. And again, you see that part number in this etching in a lot of those eBay auctions. So to me, they're all the same. You just got to pick the one that you want to buy from. Mine are going to be 5 by 4.5 adapters and 1.25 inches thick. So this area right here is 5 lugs and is 4.5 inches from here to here. And then this pattern is the same as well. So basically you take this and you slip it on to your, brake rotor or whatever. Then you take these lug nuts right here, you spin them off, and you use them to tighten down the actual spacer itself to your application. And then you take your fancier, or your finishing lug nuts, whatever you're using, which in my case are these right here, and you use them to thread onto here. So that's how this kind of works. Again, they look great. Machining is, really nice. I mean, the Chinese, as much as I make fun of the Chinese, believe it or not, their capabilities are becoming really good, actually. There's even some people that would even say that they're surpassing us at this point. And that wouldn't surprise me because, again, that's the reason why we need to get manufacturing back here, because we need to stay at the forefront of that. Otherwise, another country takes over. And when you have the communist Chinese government who, wants to rule the world, and they are better than everybody else, they'll feel really pretty ballsy about finally, trying to take over the world completely. And trust me, you don't want that if you like your freedom. But anyway, getting political again. But these are the wheel spacers here. I'll get my tape measure out here so we can check the width. And yep, 1.25 inches, pretty much right on. Of course, I have a dial caliper. Gonna put you. You're going black. You're going black. Yeah, that's right. You blacked out. All right, here we go. Lifting it back up. All right. Here's my dial caliper. Let's put that on there. There you go. Looks pretty good. I'm not holding it very well, but it's damn close. Close enough for me. Let's see. How big is this? Let's just check it out, because we can. See how wide this is. So it looks like it's 2.75 basically. So 2 3/4 inch basically. A little bit more narrow in here. What is this one going to say? This one says 2.55. So just over 2.5 inches inside there. The overall diameter of this baby. Let's see how big it's going to get. I'm going to use my hand here. Yeah, I know I should have like my other camera or whatever, but whatever. This is how I'm doing this stuff. Okay, so we have 5.900. So it's just about like 90, well, about 90 thousandths under 6 inches in diameter. Is basically how big these wheel spacers are. So if you're kind of, but if you look for all the sizes, and that's the other thing too, when you go on eBay, and that's how you know it's made in China, basically, or Asia. But there's a lot of metric measurements out there. So I think the metric measurement for 1.25 inches is 34, something like that. If you went and looked for these, it would say 34 millimeters depth or thickness or whatever. But my point is that you can find these in all different kinds of size. You can find 1/4, 3/8, 1/2 inch, and again, it'll all be set in metric as well. And maybe this will say metric right on it, what this is. No, it doesn't. It actually says 1.25 inches. It actually uses inches. I'm impressed with that. Normally they put metric on a lot of this stuff. But anyway, point being is that you can find this in pretty much everything. Thickness that you need. I mean, I think the thickest I saw was 3 inches, which is pretty crazy in my opinion, but whatever. I mean, people do it. So there you go. That is your typical eBay wheel spacer review for you to see. And you kind of get a good idea of what you're dealing with. Obviously, you know, the wheel pattern, again, in my case, is 5 by 4.5, which is, I think, also 5 by 114.3 millimeters, I believe, is the same thing, basically, if I'm not mistaken. I could be a little wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So, you know, you can get 5 by 5, you can get by 5 by 5.5, you can get 6 by 5, you can get all kinds. You can get all kinds, and all kinds of thicknesses, etc. But this is just basically a general idea of what these eBay spacers are like. And again, I'm going to be using mine here for my Mustang and possibly another application. But they're going to, I have actually put them on. They're going to work perfect. They're going to work fine. Oh, and I forgot to almost tell you. Here we go. Don't forget this part, right? So they give you this. Sitting in here. I missed this when I took it all apart. I didn't even know until I started putting this all back in there. And I said, oh, what's this? So this is a tube of what appears to be some sort of thread locker. So that comes with it. You can use it yourself if you want or whatever. I am not going to use this because I don't trust it. I'm actually going to use a known brand Loctite. Let's see, this one here is for hydraulic. This is the one I want right here. Loctite 271. There you go. Adhesive sealant. So this is an adhesive, and this is the actual. As you can see, this thing's been around a while, but this is good stuff. So that's what I will be using. I will not be using this, but if you don't care or you don't want to go buy a 25, 30, that stuff ain't cheap. That bottle right there, brand new, is going to be over 25, 30 bucks for sure. So if you don't want to buy that, they provide you with something. Just can't tell you if it works or not, and I'm not going to find out. So, okay, there's that review. Like, subscribe, grumble, comment, whatever. Ask questions. You want to see something, let me know. Maybe I might have it. I'll put it up here. Talk to you later.